I start my first YouTube channel in September of 2021. Under a year later, in May of 2022, I actually managed to escape my 9-to-5 with it. Across the next year, I work on it, I slowly ramp up my income until it hits a critical point. And in mid of 2023, the channel hits 100,000 subscribers. And just a few months later, I release my first product on the channel and I make $100,000 in 1 month. That channel is about game development. I still actively work on the product and update it, and that product is a game, but a few months after I launch that product, I start feeling this empty feeling. And across the next few months, that empty feeling keeps haunting me. I actually start having thoughts about creating a game developer course because, in all honesty, it seemed like a good way to make money at the time. I thought that would solve this feeling, but I start making game development educational videos and I make them for about a month, but the feeling doesn't go away. I can't ignore this feeling anymore. It's actually a similar feeling to the one I used to feel when I used to eat junk all the time and play games for 12 hours a day. This feeling that something has to change. At this point, I've already got everything that an entrepreneur dreams of when they start doing business. I'm living in Thailand in a villa. I'm earning $10,000 a month, more than that in fact. And in Thailand, I finally decide to confront this feeling. And I have a 2-week period where I just journal. I keep writing down my thoughts because I knew I didn't want to do game development anymore, but the problem was I didn't know what to do next. And I came to the conclusion that there was 2 paths for me to follow. The first path is pretty much certain success. I've already climbed to the top 0.1% of game developers, but I visualize the rest of my life making games and I just feel empty towards it. Even if I made a game that made me $10 million, which someone in my exact space did just a few months before, it would have still been the same Brian making that game. I realized that it's not just about the money, it's also about the growth. It's not just about the money because I can make money doing anything. I have a really strong belief in myself. The growth that I get from it is also just as important, and I had already squeezed every bit of growth that I could from game development. When making entertainment content, I was impacting some people positively, but also some people negatively. It was a net zero. And if you want to break free from your job by making entertainment content, go ahead, it's a great path, but I was ready to move on, and I thought that the next thing I wanted to do is make some sort of educational content that helps people. The other path I saw was an uncertain one. It was filled with excitement, learning lessons, more responsibility. I saw a lot of growth in it. It feels like the logical next step. I don't want to make entertainment content anymore because, to be honest, I stopped consuming that type of content years ago. I wanted to help people learn about leadership and combine my knowledge with that leadership to help save people from pain. And I picked the greatest pain that I've ever experienced at the time, which is a soulless 9-to-5 and helping people escape it. If you take on entrepreneurship, you're going to experience the next thing. Sometimes it just feels like you've completed the game and you want to move on to the next game. In that moment, a few months ago, it finally felt like I had a direction again. All of that uncertainty in my mind was gone and I was ready to take action and work. I was only in my 9-to-5 for 1 year because it was a year-long industry placement in my university course. But even in just that 1 year, 2 months in, I remember thinking, I still have 10 months of this. I can't bear to even think about it. Some people are facing 50 years of this. Being in a 9-to-5 made me turn to materialism to forget about it. I remember researching MacBooks for a while because it was exciting to research something and then eventually buy it. I remember I spent $2,000 on this MacBook and I didn't even really use it that much. I bought a watch because it was exciting to look into watches, even though I had never really cared about watches or bought a watch before. If you had a business that you controlled, you wouldn't need materialism to numb yourself like this. It's so sad. I was using the few $100s I had left every month to numb myself. My 9-to-5 was the reason I started my first YouTube channel in the first place. This YouTube channel exists obviously obviously to make me money as well, but the main reason I pivoted to this is to save people from that pain. That's why my offer is that you will make money online with me and I will help you escape your job, or you don't pay. Because if I haven't done that for you, then I haven't succeeded at the very reason I started this whole thing in the first place. To get started, book a call with me, the link is in the description. Now when I'm working on my business, I get to have conversations with actual adults. The people I work with are all older than me. The youngest person I work with is 25. I'm currently 24, and they actually only just signed on yesterday. Before this, the youngest person I worked with was 28. This kind of work is what fulfills me right now. I love talking to people like you who are ambitious and want to make a difference in the world. It's really hard to find people like that in real life, and a lot of people that I work with actually become my friends. Contrast that with the type of audience you tend to build on an entertainment channel like the one I ran before. Tons of meme comments, immature children, and hundreds of comments asking me to make the game that I spent 8 months on free. I couldn't build a relationship with any of my audience before. There was just too big of a gap there. Whereas on this channel, I'd love to eventually do in-person meetups. On that other channel, the income really heavily relies on getting viral videos, and even if you're doing everything right, it can still be very unpredictable. My business knowledge has matured a lot in the last few months. I used to think that you needed to go viral to make money online, but actually, I found out that with a channel of this size, which gets about 200 to 500 views per video, it's really entirely possible to make $20,000 per month. And that happens when you actually run a business rather than a YouTube channel. That's why I made the "Don't be a YouTuber if you want to make money online" video. There's secretly a ton of channels out there with 500 subscribers, 1,500 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, and they're making more money than massive influencers. And it's because they've properly positioned their channel, the thing they have to offer. Essentially, they picked a specific type of person they want to help, made them a really good offer, and then just made videos for that specific type of person. And what that results in is audience quality. Everyone that watches your video suddenly becomes a potential buyer. And that means there's a lot of hope for you to make money online really fast. Even just in the first month, and with about 100 views per video, it's entirely possible to escape your 9 to 5. And by the way, that's not to say that I will never make videos on that other channel ever again. That other channel will always be there. It's an asset, and if something goes horribly wrong with this channel, I can always go back to the first channel and do something that I enjoy and make an income from it. But I'm here to stay. I'm actually going to start posting on Instagram more soon, so you can follow me on that. I'm going to try to make this into a proper personal brand. Link is in the description for the Instagram. I want to create a revolution of people making money online and quitting their jobs. And that starts with the 500 loyal individuals watching this channel right now. You as a person, not as a viewer. You're not just one of the numbers watching this channel. You are an individual, and you are someone that I want to help. So get started. Don't be like the 90% of people that watch videos like this and never get started. Be honest with yourself. How long have you been watching me? Weeks? Months? You better have posted your first video by now. To get my personal help, I will help you make money much faster and avoid the years of mistakes I made. You can click the link in the description. See you next video.